Okay, with our last video, I showed you how to bias the transistor and everything, and I came up with values, but I didn't have the actual values of transistors, so this is what I actually have right here. For this resistor, I'm using a 5K, and for this resistor, we're using a 1K. And for here, we're using a 47 ohm. And then for this resistor, I actually use three 1K resistors to come up with 333 ohms. And then on this capacitor here, I didn't write, I'm using a 10 microfarad. And on this capacitor, I think I came out with around 30. But I'm being lazy, so I'm just using a 100 microfarad, which should be fine for this. Okay, I'm going to test it with a speaker, and it's a 5 ohm speaker. Then we'll put an 8 ohm load on it too, also to test it with on the scope with 1000 hertz frequency. The input here, I'm using one of these really cheap Bluetooth modules with my phone. The input impedance on this is very high, and also the voltage is incredibly low. So we're going to test it with this device, and then I'll get readings on the transistor. It's hidden back. It's in the back, right back here, but we'll get some readings from it. Let me cut my power supply on. I don't know if you can see that, but we're running 12 volts through it right now. And let's play it and let's see if we get any sound out of the speaker. Alright, we have some sound coming out. And we're running 12.28 volts at 0.012 amps, and we do have sound on if you can hear it. So yeah, so it is playing. So all right, let's see. Well, let's get some readings off of this. And okay, we were expected to get 1.2 volts off the emitter. Let me mark this. This is the emitter and the base and the collector. Okay, so we were expecting to go 1.2 volts off the emitter, and then 1.9 volts off of the base, and then 5.4 volts off of the collector. But the collector originally was going to be 270 ohms. But we went with 333, so this is going to change, and it's going to be lower. So we'll do some readings on it and see what we get. First, we're going to check the emitter. And we have 1.22, or rounded up 1.23, which is what we're expected, 1.2. And then we'll check the base. We got 1.88, or rounded up 1.89, which is pretty close to what we were expecting. And then on the collector, I get in there. We have 4.0, which is a little bit less than what we were expecting. It was a 5.4, so that is because of the change of the resistor, but still is pretty good. So okay, folks, I'm running 1000 kilohertz sine wave through this. We can see here, got it set on 0.2 volts. So we got two segments here, and then a little dash on both sides. So we're looking about a half a volt input on this guy. Let's flip it over to the output side. You can see that it is inverted because we're dealing with a common emitter amplifier. and let's put it on channel 2, which is 1 volt per segment. So we got 2 volts and about a half. So we have about 3 volts output. So looking at about a half a volt input and about 3 volts output, which is pretty good for a little amplifier for this. And so that's pretty much it on the common emitter amplifier. Next, we will be learning about the emitter follower. And let me cut it on, and I'll teach you how to take it, that simple amplifier, and we'll drive this big speaker right here. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up and also subscribe. And y'all have a nice day.